Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. We are here for commentary for WWR and we're back now after a little hiatus, but now we're back for season 6 round 1 and it's going to be at the legendary track of Spa-Francorchamps located in Belgium. First Grand Prix here dates back to 18th of June 1950, so a long time ago. The length of this track is just over 7 kilometres, 7.004 kilometres to be exact, and that translates into miles. It's 4.352 miles. We've got 19 corners here. There's going to be 22 laps, as you can see at the bottom left of the screen there. Tells you the lap counter. We've got 2 DRS zones in the tyres, so we're going to be using is the C4 soft, C3 mediums, and the C2 hard compound tyres. So we'll just go in here, and then we'll be able to see. There we go. So there is some of the class data there of the track. And I'm unsure how many we are expecting. I should probably shut that phone up and stop it from making noise. Probably the best thing to do, since I'm going to be doing commentary for it. But let's see, right now we've got 15 in the lobby. Now I have had some insider information that if there happens to be a couple of no-shows, maybe going down to short qualifying, but as it stands, it's staying at right, okay, so we are going to be doing a full qualifying session, but I think most people are going to end up just using qualifying 1 as a practice session. So that's going to be all right. We'll get a little bit of a teaser before we end up fully getting into qualifying. Of course, we've only got 15 here, so no one will be knocked out in Q1. We're just waiting for the timer to tick down. I think we've got everyone in the lobby now. Yep, so now we're just getting ready to get underway. I think we're just needing a few more people to get going. There we go, and we've got the timer starting now. So, yeah, looking forward to this one. We've got a few classic faces that we've seen on the channel before, such as JARL, Buckle, Dirty Taffy, Lewis. Let's see. I think I've seen King James before. Fake Scouser, yep. I think I remember him. On Sue. Chuck Norris also. So, a couple of the classic guys that we've seen on the channel before. So, let's get into we'll call it practice session for now. Well, we'll just hope no one crashes in the practice session. You might want to be careful of that going down Rouge and up into Radion. Quite a sketchy place sometimes, but we'll see if all is going to work out. There we go, everybody just picking their tyre sets, whether they want to be having an extra set of mediums, an extra set of hards, or softs for the race. I think normally it's 2 sets of hards they would usually have for the weekend, but I think that goes down to 1 set regarding the qualifying. So just letting everyone get tyres sorted and get their setups all sorted. Oh, now we've just had a little bit of insider info here. We've got a bit of rain. Unsure when it's to come, but that is going to be a funny one. it'll be good to see a little bit of rain. A bit weird. King James is actually on the hard and the intermediate. Same with Nike. Doesn't appear to be raining right now, so I'm a bit unsure as to why the drivers are out. Oh, we've got AJLS there saying hello, long time no see. Proper rain in the race. Oh, for God's sake. Folks are going to be, yeah, it sounds like Rouge and Radion is going to be a bit chaotic, and especially coming down into Ravage, which ARL, who's in the comments just a few moments ago, is coming down because it's a bit of an off camber, and if you can't get the car turned in right, you don't want to be hitting that curb on the outside. Or at least you didn't want to in the previous games. I can't remember if it's changed or not, but it will be interesting to see. All those that are joining the channel, welcome along. Glad to see everyone jumping in. No, can't get anything like that. So, there we go. Let's see how things are going to go. Who's the first one out? Yep, it is the Ferrari. Just coming around Paul Fieri and up through Blanchemont. There's Blanchemont here. We used to have a little bus stop like chicane section for here, but now it got changed. And that was a long time ago before it came back on the calendar, if I remember right. But here we go, we've got ARL on the first lap of the day, first lap of the season. Cutting in to turn one there. Got a bit of understeer, I think maybe a bit of a lock up there. But now coming down into Eau Rouge and up into Radion. Got to make sure to keep that foot flat to the floor. These Formula 1 cars can handle it going down and up there at them speeds, the amount of downforce on these cars. And technically you could drive them, theoretically you could drive them on the roof of a tunnel with there being that much downforce. And oh, getting a bit shaky there coming through Lacombe. You don't want to be doing that, especially if it's only a practice session. It's pretty much guaranteed that you're going to get through. Big lock up there from the Ferrari going into Ravage, now into No Name, or it was known before was it Commentator's Corner or something in the past. Now coming down into Fania. And then you've got Campos here into Sector 3. It's not going to be the quickest with the little wobbles and that they've had, unfortunately. But hopefully they managed to keep out of the wall. I'm kind of curious though as to see why drivers are out on the intermediate tyres in this weather. It would be good to know. Will be interesting race pace. Trial looked good, but rain will be massive, unknown for lots. Yep. Is that you that's in the Ferrari? Are you ARL? Because I'm unsure. I just just was seeing the Ferrari on track if I'm wrong, and it's going to be funny, but yeah. But yeah, so we've seen ARL 145.707. Angry DVP put in a 145.192, and I reckon ARL could have been up there as well, but unfortunately with the little wobbles through Lacombe and such, didn't kill in. A 147 flat, taking it a bit easy. Nike trying to stay out of the way on the intermediate tyres. Lewis is on the intermediates also. Dirty Taffy just doing a slow lap. Now they'll be just getting ready to come into the pits, I think. Got Fake Scouser in 8th. Not a set of time yet. Who is going to be next up? It's going to be Jay in the RB. Jesus Christ. Ended up going through Toro Rosso, Alpha Tauri, and then I was like, what's it called again? But yeah, the V-carb or the racing bulls, I've got to say, that's one thing I've always found a bit wrong to do with Formula One is having Red Bull having two teams, really, technically. It's a bit sus if you ask me. But nevertheless, Fake Scouser, 143.470. They're pushing it quite a bit there. What's that, about 7 tenths, 8 tenths quicker than 7 tenths, sorry, quicker than ARL, their Ferrari counterpart. So the Ferrari is looking quite strong, it seems, but then again, this is just a practice session. We'll see how it will go in the future. So we'll see Scofie coming down into Lacombe. Onsu has left the session. Hopefully someone could be able to give them an invite. I'll go and see if... So... I'm just trying to see, is Onsu's putting a message in right now into Discord, so I'm just trying to see what's happened, whether it been a disconnect or such. Oh, his screen was frozen, so I think he's went and had to reset his PC, unfortunately. It's a bit unfortunate. Hopefully he could get back into the lobby within the time limit. I mean, I'm unsure how long is left in the session. Oh, 10 minutes. So he's got 10 minutes to get back into the session. Ooh, kind of a bit close there, it seems, to the pit wall. Now, that is one other thing that has to be noted for drivers coming into the pits. It is a very, very tight exit, and if one car in front ends up getting caught on that pit wall, then that could end up causing a bit of a catastrophe going into the pit lane for drivers behind. We'll see how that is going to end up, but I reckon all should be quite good. Now it's seeming like Jay's went a bit too much and is running on fumes, trying to get that car to the end. He's going to be, and get it back to the pits, going to be kind of Flintstoning it about there. Get the hole where the feet go and just try and run it back. Hopefully he could get back in time. It should be alright. He's just going to have to watch out for the other drivers. There's a couple coming through Ravage just now and into No Name. Unsure if they'll be able to catch up or not, but we'll soon see. We shall soon see. Johnny Damon in the Red Bull just coming down into Lacombe, down the Kemmel Straight. Bit of a lock up there, but still manages to fling that Red Bull in perfectly. Let's see how they're going to do coming down into Ravage. I've seen a little bit of a lock up there on the inside front there, the right hand side. Getting a bit too crazy on the brakes. Going to have to be careful of that. Don't want any flat spots on the tyres, as more flat spots does end up indicating that more lock-ups does end up happening. You end up rolling around on like a 50 pence piece. But fortunately enough for these guys, it's a bit of it's a game, so it's not as realistic in that sense. Getting a bit close there, a bit too much there on the curb there, going into Fania. Got a bit of traffic up ahead, getting past them easy enough. using up all that battery. You can see that, seeing the light at the back flashing away like crazy. Big lock up there from the Red Bull. Over the last two corners, took a bit too much of a cut out at the first chicane. Didn't manage to get the exit that he wanted. Could have got into the 144s, I reckon, possibly, but 145.479, nicely done. It's good enough for 5th place in this practice session, or Q1 session. I'm a bit surprised that more drivers aren't retiring. Yeah, let's see. So we've got 6 minutes left on the clock. So hopefully everyone ends up finishing up soon. Nike and Jay have both retired from the session. That is in the pit lane, so they will still be able to get back into the second qualifying session. The car is not wrecked, fortunately enough. And I hope that is the case for all the drivers out there. Hopefully they'll all manage to get through into the next qualifying session. No bother at all. Angry DVP on a lap, or are they about to jump into the pits? Because they've still got quite a bit of... No, they don't actually, sorry. They've used up all their deployments, so they're going to get a horrible exit out of this final corner. Not getting that extra boost that they need, and they don't manage to improve. They're 3/10 down on their time, unfortunately, but still in 4th place. That was still enough to keep them. That would only been I think Johnny Damon was the only one that was quicker than that time that they just put in there, so still quite competitive. See Onsu in the McLaren, the lone McLaren on the grid here tonight, coming around Blanchimont right now, and then up into the final chicane here, turns 18 and 19, bit of a lock up there. Now around there, extending out onto that curb on the exit as much as possible, across the line at 143.335. Spectacular time there, faster than fake Scouser. And Scouser put in quite a decent lap too, as well, so that was good to see. And Scofie as well, putting in a 143.841, and they're all on medium tyres. I never expected that, to be honest, on the mediums, but hey, oh, nice time from them. So Dirty Taffy coming in. Cullen is going for it. We've got Bucko coming into Lecombe, navigating that quite nicely. Nice and smooth in that Silver Arrows there. Dirty Taffy's retired, they're done. Got 3 minutes and 30 seconds left on the clock. These drivers are using this properly, like a practice session anyway, like they didn't get enough beforehand. But Bucko, using them medium tyres, field high, is just going for as long as you can. 145.839 for a decent amount of fuel is quite a good time, I will say. We'll see how things go. Could we see how many laps he's got on there? I don't think I can, unfortunately. So that's a bit unfortunate. I can't see if there's like a fuel indicator how many laps they've got left, but they do improve on their time by 3.5 tenths. Onsu also retiring. Lewis has also. So now we've got, let's have 10 left in the session. We've got Bucko and Kaelin, both out on track, only two drivers out on track on laps, that is. We've got Johnny Damon in the Red Bull, who's on an out lap right now, just doing one final lap. Oh, big lock up there from Johnny Damon, going down into Ravage. Oh. Chuck Norris retiring from the session. 1 minute 40 on the clock right now. There we go. Oh, goes off a bit wide there. That's not going to be a good lap there from Bucko, going a bit wide at Puon. At turn 10, taking it out a bit wider than the white line. You don't want to be doing that. So let's see Bucko coming into the... Oh! Getting the tail end of that Mercedes out there. Into the pits he came, Johnny Damon. On a lap now, see how well they're going to go. We've only got them and Angry Davy. See Angry Davy coming out the final corner now to start their lap. Currently sitting in sixth with a 145.196. We'll see if they've got what it takes to go any quicker than that, possibly even move up the space. They've only got 13 thousandths of a second between... oh no, sorry, it's a whole second, my mistake. Between ARL and Angry Davy. So we'll see. Kind of surprised he's using a fresh set of tyres, but then again, if the rumours are true, that we're going to end up having some rain in the race. We'll go on board with Johnny Damon, who's just coming to the end of Sector 2 right now, and see how they are doing on their time. They are up by 8 tenths on their time. If they keep it up at this pace, then they could end up possibly going ahead of ARL and clinching that 5th place in this Q1 practice session. Got Blanchimont there, and now we've only got the final two corners, 18 and 19, the chicane. Oh, and he turns in a bit too early there and has to recorrect himself. And then comes out, what's it going to be, a 144.421. Oh, just that little bit off of ARL. That would have definitely cost him a tenth or two there at the final chicane. Let's see, Angry Davy now in the Williams. Talking about Williams, it's going to be quite a spectacular season for Williams this season, I think. Getting such an experienced driver as Carlos Sainz, somebody who's got a lot of knowledge of driving for top teams. So that is going to be quite an interesting season this year, plus a massive amount of rookies that are joining the grid. So let's see how the practice session did end up going. We got Onsu there setting the benchmark at 143.335. Fastest time as of yet. Fake Scouser second, Scofie third, fourth for Chuck Norris, ARL, and Johnny Damon were fifth and sixth. Then we had Angry Davy, Bucko, Dirty Taffy, Kaelin, King James, Nike, Elliot, Lewis, and then Jay at the bottom, who didn't set a time. And a few of them did end up going out on intermediate tyres. But now we're going to be moving on to the proper qualifying session now, Q2. This is where we can see drivers being eliminated. So we could expect to see drivers bringing their A game here tonight. This will be the time where shiz gets real. Welcome along all those who are watching right now. Glad to have you with us. If you feel like it, fire a comment into the chat. always lovely to hear from you folks. If you are enjoying the content, leave a like, and if you want to see more of this content and possibly other content, as I may start streaming more of Marvel Rivals, possibly. I mean, even if you've not heard of the game, it's free to play game right now, brilliant hero shooter, so might be doing more of that on the channel, but right now we're into F1. But if you're up for any of that, then let me know in the comment section down below, preferably the comments after the stream has gone off air, just so that they do end up staying, because sometimes the chat does not stay, which is a bit annoying, but still. We'll see Elliot in the silver, first one out on track, and is that ARL just behind them? Yep, it is. ARL is second out on track this time. So we'll sit on board with Elliot, who's going to be setting the benchmark for Q2, and the benchmark for who's going to be getting into Q3. Now we know that 5 drivers are going to be eliminated in this session, so there's only going to be 10 moving on to the final 12-minute session. Let's see how this Silver is going to do. Coming across the line to start their lap, coming into turn 1 of La Source, digging it right in deep into that apex, want to extend out, got a bit of wheel spin there, trying to get on the throttle a bit too eagerly. Now down into Eau Rouge before he end up going up the hill and through Radion, being careful not to lose the tail end of the car. You'll go smashing at that wall and that will ruin your lap up. DRS wide open down at the Camel Straight. Now going down into turns 5, 6 and 7 of Lacombe. Here's 5 getting into the apexes nicely, keeping over to the left hand side to move it over to the right. Nicely does it downhill into the off camber right hander of Ravage. It's a bit of a treacherous corner. Don't touch the curbs. The curbs here a lot of the time are absolutely hazardous, and you do not want to be going anywhere near them. But unfortunately that lap time will be invalidated. We'll go on with ARL, who just came around Pouillon, now into Fagna Complex of turns 12 and 13, into turn 14 of Campos. Nicely does it, touching the gravel on the outside. That would have definitely hindered them on the throttle upkeep. Now down to, well, up into Blanchimont. We've only got 2 corners left, 18 and 19 of the classic bus stop chicane. Oh, but eager on the throttle there. Oh, 143.804, so quite a nice time there from ARL, and that's on the mediums actually, so nice time. Lewis 144.839 on the mediums, Angry Davey on the soft, same with Onsu absolutely steaming ahead, 143.619. Let's see, who was that? Was that Scofie in the Alpine? So we've got an Alpine 3-4 as things stand right now. We'll see if that is going to keep up. It's going to be quite surprising to see what all these rookies in the future in Formula 1 are going to be capable of. King James puts in a 143.266 on the mediums. Nice time there from the RB driver. Let's see, Fake Scouser coming into the final couple of corners. Oh, and he just touches that apex a bit too much there at turn 19 and gets the tail end out, loses a lot of momentum there, and that could have been possibly second or third place there. Going to move further down Elliott and validated again, unfortunately. Dirty Taffy coming down into Campos and onto Paul Fieri. Let's see, is it going to be the next driver up? No, it's going to be Chuck Norris. So someone who we've seen on the channel multiple times in the past goes fifth. 144.079. Nice one there for Chuck Norris. Let's see Dirty Taffy there. Oh, not going to get a good run out of the final corner. See how you could hear how slow that engine was to rev up. You only managed a 146.326. Not the best times. Going to have to definitely improve in order to get through to the next session. Where was my accent going there? Honestly, it's like I forgot what my own accent was. But there we go, we've got an RB1-2 right now. Jay getting up there into second place. Nicely done. We're going to see both RBs get through. That would be nice to see. Oh, we've got Johnny Demon coming across for Johnny Damon, not Johnny Demon. Oh, and let's see who is going to be the next one up. We've got Lewis is on medium right now. Nike coming into the pits is Elliott on a lap. Elliott is not on a lap. So it looks like it is just Johnny D. Oh, ARL off the track there. So yeah, it's just Johnny Damon. My God, I keep thinking about the motorbike on GTA called the Damon. And it's like spelled D-A-E-M-O-N, and I just keep thinking that, and I call that the demon bike. But yeah, I don't know why. Brain's a bit fuddled up right now. But let's see. So he's unfortunately invalidated. We'll see. Oh, happened to Chuck Norris there, going a bit wide there. He's definitely messed up his lap. So I think he'll just be coming back into the pit lane. So let's see. Oh, Jay's retired. Jay's done enough, he thinks, for getting through into the next qualifying session. Hopefully, it's not going to be too. They're not going to need to go out again, because that will be a bit embarrassing. I mean, it's happened to myself. I've done it myself. Just like, I'll retire. I'll risk it. And there's been a good few times that it has happened where I shouldn't have risked it and they got eliminated. But let's hope that isn't the case for Jay. We'll see how things go. Was that a car off track there? Who was that? Let's see. Oh, Chuck Norris. Going a bit slow on their lap. So definitely not a flyer lap from the Aston Martin. So ARL is on a hot lap, on driver that is, so we'll see how the Ferrari is going to cope. They are on 3-lap-old medium tyres that have been used a few times for a lap or two quality run pace, so we'll see how the Ferrari is going to end up holding up in the end. Of course, I've already got a 143.8, quite a considerable faster time than some of the other drivers there, so I think the Ferrari of ARL will be quite safe, but we'll see how things stand. Got to be careful, don't want to end up bottling it into the wall, and or down a Lance Stroll. I'm not going to lie, I still can't get that out of my head. That was just so hilarious. Just thinking back to Brazil on the formation lap, and Lance Stroll, instead of reversing, he just drives into the gravel like, yeah, I'll be okay. beached. Like, oh my god, how stupid could you be? Oh, no real, but yeah, these things do end up happening, unfortunately. Scovey in the Alpine is sitting on a bit of a cusp here. Same with Angry Davy, and I expect Lewis to be coming out in the next minute or two to get their laps started, or to get out there to start a lap. But we'll see Scovey right now, who is in a bit of a danger zone right now. They're currently sitting in 8th. We'll see if they've got what it takes. Oh, but right now, first off, we've got Angry Davy just coming to the end. Oh, and they just go that wee bit over the white line and invalidate their lap time. So that could be it for Angry Davy. We'll see if that is going to be the case. We've got Scofie here just coming to the line. And poof, whoa! Alright, that came out of nowhere. Sorry, my accent just slipped out there. Scofie 143.240. I was not expecting that. Nicely done there from the Alpine. So, cheesy peeps. So, Kellen will be just coming back into the pits, I think. We'll see how that is. Oh no, they're staying out. So we'll sit on board with the Aston Martin. So getting around the last source quite well. They're going to have to improve on their time by at least a couple of tenths. I think it's going to be probably a 44.5 could be the elimination zone. I think Fake Scouts are maybe just safe, but then again, things can change very quickly in this sport. Coming down into a comb. Nicely does it there, down into Ravage now. Into No Name or Commentator's Corner. Into Puon now on Sue. 142.629. Oh! Guy is cooking right now. Smashing time there, and that was that about 6 tenths, 7 tenths quicker than Scofie. Kellen pushing a bit of the limits there of the track there, just managing to keep it in. Of course, didn't end up getting a penalty, but we'll see how it is going to end up faring. Currently sitting in 12th place, well 13th place now, unfortunately. Let's see, to the line, are they going to improve? Nope, they don't. And they won't have enough battery to go again, so I think that Kellen is going to be out. Dirty Taffy just coming onto the Camel straight now. Buckle coming into turn 1 of La Source. Got Ellie on an out lap right now. Whether they've got enough time to get back through, and I think they do. Yep, they've got enough time to get back in. So, by the looks of it, as things stand right now, Jay is safe, almost regardless of what happens. ARL's going again. Let's see what time they'll be able to produce. We'll go on to King James for now. Let's see what King James is going to be capable of. Coming down into Blanchimont, this fast left-hand corner, turn 17. Got a yellow flag in sector 2. Hopefully no one is crashed. No flag in sector 3, so I think that's going to be Kellen. King James at 142.560 puts that on top for Q2, that is. Got ARL on a lap, we've got Lewis on a lap. Also, what about Elliott, the one driver who's not managed to get a proper lap time in as of yet. Let's see what time they are going to be capable of coming around pulling. They're going to be able to get out of this drop zone right now. They've got a set of time if they want to get out of the drop zone. The time to beat is a 144.768. That is going to be able to just get them in no more. But of course, we've got Lewis, who's just coming up to the final section of the track, the last two corners, currently sitting in 11th. 144.839 is their time. What are they going to do? Gold start 143.234. Now we're going to move further down to Elliott right now, who's just coming up to the final two corners of turn 18 and 19. Let's see what the silver driver is capable of. Elliott coming to the line. It's not going to be enough at 146.393. Bit of a way off there, unfortunately, but there's always room for improvement in this. I remember at one point being about 2 seconds a lap slower than a lot of the guys, and I managed to catch up. So it's just one of these things. So the driver's going through to the next stage of qualifying. King James putting in the fastest time of 142.560. Then we've got Onsu in the second, ARL third, fourth for Lewis. Then we've got Scofie fifth, sixth for Jay, Nike in seventh, Johnny Damon in eighth, ninth for Chuck Norris, and Fake Scouser in 10th. The ones who will not be going through it and starting in their respective places is Bucko in 11th, 12th for Angry Davey, Dirty Taffy in 13th, 14th for Kaelin, and Elliott will be starting at the back of the grid in 15th. Biggest room for improvement there for Elliott. That is one plus side. Plenty room for improvement. Let's get moving on to the final qualifying session. 12-minute qualifying session where the top 10 are going to fight it out for that pole position. Now remember, the pole position is going to have the inside line going into turn 1, so the odd numbers are slightly stacked in favour. We'll see if that is going to be the case come about 15 minutes from now, whether that is whether we'll see the odd numbers moving up a few spaces or not. So there we go, folks. We're already seeing some drivers getting out onto the track within the first minute. It's going to be a bit surprising regarding setups and everything for the race, considering we've got a bit of a weather change from qualifying to the race, apparently. We'll see what is up. I'll go and have a little look at the Discord chat and see if there's anything. So, oh. So we're seeing a good few variables in strategies. Some people opting for 15 on 5 on the front and 15 or 12, sorry, on the rear. Some opting for 14, 10 and 18 on the front and 8 on the rear. And someone has 0-0. That is insane. But Right now, let's see, is it Scofie who's the first one up now? Let's see, going down into Lacombe. Hitting every marker point perfectly there was Scofie. Onsu has left the session again, that's a bit unfortunate. Hopefully they could get back in and hopefully they could get their connection issues sorted out, but unfortunate. Scofie coming down, no name, and into Puon now, flinging that car to the right. No braking, really, just throwing the car in as much as you can. I think it's just a little touch on the brakes, I'm unsure. But right now, let's see. See, nope, he just went in flat out. So, Scofie around Campos into Paul Fieri now. Now flat out all the way around turn 16 here and then into 17 of Blanchimont. I've got to say, I always find that weird on this game, how you sometimes see bits of debris flying up from the back of the car if they go over a bit that's a bit too low for the car, a bit unusual we'll say, but AO 143.546, 142.691 for ARL. That was incredible, absolutely dusted Scofie's time. Nike 143.760. Welcome along those watching along and watching this stream live. Lovely to have you folks with us. So Alpine doing quite nicely. We've got Johnny Damon who's next up. Let's see what time they're going. Oh, that tail end of that car is quite fishy. It is quite fishy, literally. 143.844. We've got a fake Scouser. I think that was Jay coming across the line. No, it was King James. Sorry. So, the wrong Jay. A 142.913 puts him in the second. Fake Scouser goes third with a 143.010. So, just less than a tenth off of second place there. Jay did put in the time 143.767, putting them into 7th place for the time being. Onsu is back in the lobby. That is absolutely smashing. So we're back to 15 again. Brilliant. Now let's watch Chuck Norris in their Aston Martin. Now coming down into Rouge and up Radion. Blind the left-hander at Apex. You can't really see. You've just got to sort of assess where it is and where it's going to come. Plenty of practice. That's all it is. Down the Kemmel straight into Lacombe. A smidge late on the brakes going into Lacombe, but manages to navigate it quite nicely, carrying a bit too much speed. Out of that final bit of Lacombe, and they end up invalidating their lap time, unfortunately. Back into the pits, get refueled and go again is going to be the case for Chuck Norris, unfortunately. And Johnny Damon's underfueled a bit, same with Jay it seems. A few drivers actually underfueling a bit. Oh, fake Scouser almost taking half the pit wall with them there and coming into the pit lane. ARL on a... This is them just coming into the pits now, I think. Yeah, I think they're just trying to keep it carry as much speed as they can. Oh, so Chuck Norris is going again. Everyone else is back into the pits except from ARL. Only driver who is still out on track, and they'll be just coming into the pit lane now. Chuck Norris, to see what they're going to be able to do this time around. Unfortunately, did end up invalidating the previous time going into Lacombe. We'll see how things are going to end up faring for them this time. Schofield just coming out on their out lap, already out on track, coming down into Eau Rouge. But earlier on the brakes this time for Chuck Norris. Yep, navigating that nicely. Get the car to the left to fling it to the right. Nicely does it. Doesn't take as much risk on the exit of Lacombe at turn 7, but still it's better than going and taking it too much and pushing that limit and possibly end up getting some gravel on their tyres and an invalidation into the bargain. Coming into pull on now, flat out there through that corner, now down into Fania, turns 12 and 13. Now we've got Campos here at the end of sector 2, and there is the end of sector 2 there, 1:15.374. Now around Holfieri, and it's flat out all the way down into turn 18. Around 16, here's 17 here, just requires a little bit extra additional steering lock. But it's practically a straight line, and he invalidates again just at the last corner. Hopefully they could get in and get back out again for one final run. That would be absolutely smashing if they could, so a bit unfortunate there. From then, we've got Schofield, who's getting ready to start their lap. Let's see how the Alpine driver is going to be doing, coming across the line. Coming into La Source now, turn 1. One of my favourite turn 1s on the calendar, I will say. Now navigates Eau Rouge and Radion quite nicely there. Let's see, is anyone else in the chat? Nope, no one else in the chat right now. Let's see if Schofield coming around Lacombe section here. Navigates that absolutely to perfection. Let's see, around Gravage and No Name there. Nicely does it, keeping it out of the gravel, but still extending out as much as they possibly can. Around Pouon, just pings it down to 7th gear, using a bit of that battery on the exit of the corner to carry the speed as much as they can. Around Fania into Campos now, coming to the end of sector 2, with times are going to be a 1:14.556. I think that was 6/10 quicker than their time right now. To keep this up, then they could possibly end up be sitting on pole position, but we'll wait and see. Around Blanchimont to go, they've only got 2 more corners to go, 1 braking zone. This could make or break this lap. They've got an RB in front, that's not going to be the best thing. Maybe a little distracting. I know it ends up distracting me, I'm not sure about other people, but we'll see. Schofield goes 3rd, just a smidge behind King James by half a tenth. Or just over half a tenth, sorry. Let's see who is going to be up next. We've got, go with Onsu here, who's been having a bit of connection issues, but has been really, really fast here tonight. We've got a yellow flag in sector 1. Someone taking it a bit easy going through Radion, it seems. And there we go, we've had the message from race control. That's the end of qualifying, so if you're not on a lap, that's your fake Scouser, 1:42.633. Nicely done. Just manages to pip their teammate. Let's see what Onsu is going to be doing. A 1:42.104. Fudging hell, that was nice. Who is going to be the next driver up? They're coming through Blanchimont now, come on. There we go, it's King James. Let's see what they are going to be able to do. 142.913 is their time right now. Let's see if they could get it into the 141s, can they? Yeah. Oh, almost 142.197, just 2/10 off of that 142. It's going to be up next. It's going to be a Haas of Nike. Let's see what Nike's going to be capable of. 6th place, 143.623. J is unfortunately invalidated, letting past the Alpine of, I think that's Lewis. Yep, Lewis coming to the line. Doesn't improve, neither does Jay Scofie coming into the pits. Guess they were not improving on their lap. We've got Chuck Norris, the one who is still yet to set a time. Come on. And it looks like the R, 143.893. Nicely does it. Johnny Damon coming across the line. What time are they going to be able to do? 143.660. So there we have it, folks. That is the end of qualifying. What did you do, Charles? Just seen AGLS saying, I am stupid. What did you do? Come on. Let us know. If you're referencing Leclerc, then yeah, it's got to have been an absolute belter that you've ended up doing. But let's see, we've got Onsu 142.104, just pipping King James there by a 10th to the line. Fake Scouser goes P3 with a 142.633. Then we've got ARL in 4th, Scofie in 5th, 6th for Lewis. Then we've got Nike in 7th, Johnny Damon 8th, 9th for Jay, and Chuck Norris in 10th. Oh, AGLS, he was 2/10 up and he bottled that. Yeah, that could have got you up into 3rd, but you could be at the better side of the grid. As at turn 1, you will have the inside line. Now, I'm quite surprised that no one has gone yet. Oh yeah, it's a 5-minute break, guys. So we'll be going at 9 p.m. On the dot. So we'll be going in 5 minutes. We will be readying up again. So for now, you could. I'll just keep this up, and you could have a look and see what the top 10 will be like going into the race. Oh, here we go, folks. Never even realised there wasn't a formation lap, but here we go. And we are underway for the start of this. This is actually a lot quicker than expected. I never expected this quick, but here we go. Coming into turn one, Onsu's got the lead there. King James carrying on in second, Fake Skills are third, then ARL in fourth, sorry. Scofie coming up behind ARL, going to be looking for a move there. We've got everyone's on the intermediate compound tyres right now. It seems, are they? Yep, everyone is on the intermediates right now. Is Scofie under threat here from that Red Bull of Johnny Damon? And it looks like he is managed to get past. It looks like his Fake Scousers looking for a move up the inside of King James, also going into second, but wasn't able to make the best of it, unfortunately. We've seen a few changes. Elliott is up 4 places already in this race, so nicely done from Elliott. Sorry, I just wasn't prepared for the start like that. That went a bit quicker than usual there. Johnny Damon's up 3 places already there. Up past Lewis, Scofie and Nike, so nicely done from them. And oh, the Ferrari's getting a little bit out of shape there, getting a bit too close to each other, and now Damon is going to try and around the outside at Fania, which is going to switch to the inside and taking that 4th place off of ARL. That was absolutely spectacular there. Lovely move there. Now, I'll get the YouTube chat back up again, because it disappeared. There we go, got that back up again. So anyone in the chat, feel free to fire your messages in. I'll get them out there and let me know how you find this session is going. Looking on right now, Onsu's managed to create a massive gap for themselves right now. Managed to keep it within the 2-minute mark, so nicely done there from Onsu. Coming across the line 2 seconds ahead, and as things stand right now, it looks like Onsu may possibly end up walking away with this, but just need to keep it steady. Of course, that is one of the key factors in Formula 1, is you need to keep it steady and be consistent. We'll see if Onsu has got that here tonight. Now, see, some drivers are actually running already a bit low on fuel. Some people expecting a safety car possibly. Looking at Johnny Damon, they're running quite light in that Red Bull. We'll see how they are gonna be with the fuel loads. Of course, we do know that was it's one that always catches people off sometimes if there's no safety car. I've seen it happen a few times over my years commentating. Oh, Chuck Norris getting a little bit out of shape here. Dirty Taffy's definitely not got. Doesn't look like he's got a good setup on, unfortunately. Struggling with that Red Bull right now. Angry Davey also struggling with the Williams. 5 seconds down. And the grid seems to be separating out a bit, except from these drivers up at the top. Johnny Damon getting all over the place, coming around Paul Fieri there. Got to be careful with that. He's running a very, very low downforce setup, and we'll see if that is going to be a help or a hindrance. It could possibly be a help going down into down the straights, but it's not going to be very helpful coming out of the corners. 156.341 for Onsu. He's extended that gap to 3.2 seconds. Angry Davey gets a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. That's for track limit violations, just going over that white line and going off the track. That ends up getting you a warning. Do that too many times, penalties will end up coming. Johnny Damon closest to the podium right now. Jay getting past Lewis there. Oh, and is ARL going to be able to come back at Johnny Damon? It looks like he's going to have that inside line, but he's not going to be able to carry that momentum with him around Lacombe, and he ends up having to give up that space. We'll go down to Jay and Lewis, two friends who have been battling it out for a while now over the seasons in Formula 1 with WWR. We'll see how these two are going to end up dealing with each other. It's going to be very difficult for both of them, I will say. They know each other very, very well. Oh, Lewis going a bit off at pull on there. Now Jay will be smelling the blood in the water, sensing these mistakes, trying to force Lewis into a mistake by making out that he's going to have a go down the inside there at Fania, but yeah, got a yellow flag in sector 2. Who is that for? Oh, that was for Elliot. Oh, after such a great start from Elliot, to lose it a wee bit. Have they got any damage? Nope, it doesn't look like it. So the silver is all good for now. Going to move up to Johnny Damon right now, battling with these two Ferraris. Got Scofie and Nike just behind him, as you can see. And then just a little bit further back is Lewis and Jay. So between third and ninth is still quite close, all within 1 second of each other. Well, Lewis and Jay aren't really. Lewis and Nike, not as much. Oh, Angry Davey's going to need to learn to keep that within them white lines, or their penalties will just pile up. He's on 6 seconds worth of penalties as things stand right now. Is ARL going to be going for a move here on his teammate? And it looks like he is. Is the Red Bull going to go and try and go down the inside at Lecombe? He's going to go down the inside of ARL. Not going to manage to get past Fake Scouser just yet, but now moves up into that fourth position, past one of the Ferraris. Nicely done there from Johnny Damon, using that straight line speed. But can he keep it together in the corners? That's going to be the question. He's going to have to try and keep it nice and steady. Onsu seems like they've got the perfect setup for this track. 5.2 seconds is the gap. And King James is also doing quite well with 3.2 seconds back on ahead of Fake Scouser, sorry. We'll go with Scofie right now, who's right up the rear of ARL now, and has got Nike right on his tail. Johnny Damon getting a good run there. It's less than a tenth. Is he going to be going for it, going down into the final chicane? That is the question. Running still quite light, and I think that's the only driver who is on. Yep, it is. It's the only driver who is on got the warning light on for possibly a low amount of fuel going into for coming down into the final parts of this race. Johnny Damon, though, getting a good launch there out of the final corner. Is the Haas of Nike going to try anything? Nope. Trying to go for a tighter line, but didn't work out. And unfortunately has lost a lot of momentum there from that corner. Now got a lot of that camera view there, get to see the cars go pelting it up. Eau Rouge and Radion. Now, ARL's got a great launch there coming up Radion, and is going to take that fourth place back off of that Red Bull. And these two have just been swapping back and forth constantly. Welcome along those watching. Glad to have you along with us. We've seen right now the Ferraris of Fake Scouser, ARL, Johnny Damon and Scofie and Nike all battling out right now. Jay's unfortunately slipped back a little from there with battling with Lewis, so hopefully they could catch back up a little. Seen Nike just unsure if that was possibly a warning there. But we'll see how things are going to go. So we're going to see the gap that Onsu has produced already. So he's looking quite nice and dandy up front. Let's see, Johnny Damon, how is he going to do? Not going for it just yet. Most likely going to be down at the Kemmel Straight, where he knows that he's got that excess speed, but oh, getting a bit out of shape there, have to be careful. Oh, getting about his shape there for ARL. This could be the time that Johnny Damon needs. But is it going to work? That slipstream from Fake Scouser up ahead is helping ARL out quite a bit, unfortunately, for Johnny Damon. Nike and Scopey both swap places. What was that? Was that someone left the session? I'm unsure what's happened there, whether someone's left the session or that. I didn't quite see it, unfortunately, I just caught the end of it. But we'll see what happens. Hopefully everything is all good. Johnny Damon still chasing ARL, got Nike there now chasing the Red Bull after swapping places with the Alpine of Scofie. Now, Lewis, 3-second time penalty. Second driver to end up with a penalty. On Sue, 154.596J getting a penalty also. Got to keep it within them white lines, or a late safety car could end up, well, especially a late safety car could end up spoiling your race, and that could be the difference between finishing first and last. And looking at the track, is it getting lighter? We've got a caution in Sector 2. That's Elliott, who's around Campos. Busted that front wing on the wall. And we'll have to end up pitting for repairs. Let's see, is ARL going to go for the move on Fake Scouser, his teammate? He's going for that outside line, going into Lecombe. This could either be absolutely beautiful or end in tragedy, but for the Ferraris, they're still side by side going through Lecombe, and it looks like he's got it, but he gets out of shape there, and he cuts across in front of his teammate. That could have allowed the Red Bull around. Is he going to manage to hold off? Nike is up the inside of Johnny Damon, and it looks like the Haas has managed to get past Johnny Damon there with a little bit of a commotion there from both the Ferraris up in front in third and fourth there. Nice move there from Nike. Oh, ARL getting a bit out of shape there, and Nike looked like he got out of shape also, and that's allowed Johnny Damon to get past. Fake Scouser's been another one to pick up a penalty. Oh, Johnny Damon, the tyres a bit too toasty right now. Is that maybe what it is? Maybe needing to find their rhythm again. Of course, it can be quite hard getting back into that rhythm again. You sort of sometimes end up going on autopilot, kinda, and yeah. But we'll see if that is going to be the case. Now around the final two corners. We're on lap 8 out of 22 right now. So we're almost at the halfway point, just a couple of laps off of the halfway point. 10 seconds on Sue is in the lead now. So quite nicely there from them. We'll go on to this battle between Lewis and Jay, and it looks like Jay's managed to get a great launch there using that slipstream. And unfortunately there's nothing that Jay can do there but hold off and just accept 9th place for now. Nike has fell a bit back from Fake Scouser. 1.5 seconds is the gap. So now is this going to be the chance that the Ferraris need to pull away? Now that there's no more battling, they could work together a little bit, but it looks like Nike is closing that gap in as they're coming into pull on. Elliott has went and got themselves a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings, so that's a third of the grid has now got multiple warnings. We've got Jay and Lewis swapping places. That must have been a pull on there, and Jay now back up into 8th place. These two are battling out tooth and nail, and that's the one thing I will say is the best of friends end up creating the best rivals. Oh, but Jay getting a little bit shaky there coming around, and it looks like he's left vulnerable to Lewis, who's been able to pitch it around the outside at Blanchimont. Is he going to manage to keep it? Doesn't look like it. They're still side by side. He's going to have that inside line going into the chicane though. Who's going to walk out on top between the two of them? Oh, got a bit of contact there. Jay just getting a little bit too eager, but still no damage, no harm, no foul. So nicely done from them. Got a yellow flag in sector 2. Who is that for? That's for Dirty Taffy. Don't beach it, thank God. Just thinking to myself, please don't do another. Oh, Johnny Damon, the low downforce has definitely messed him up now, going through Eau Rouge. And now Jay and Lewis are going to whiz past that Red Bull, and so is Bucko by the looks of things. Bucko slipping into the slipstream. Could he get it? Nope, it doesn't look like it. Johnny Damon fell down from 6th place there and is now into 9th, fell down quite a few places. But unfortunate there, has got a few cars in his way to get back up there. Is that Onsu or is that Elliott? Oh, it's Elliott. That's a bit unfortunate. Elliott breaking that front wing again at the same area of the track. Hopefully he could get back around. It's fortunately a lap down. It's currently on lap 8 of this Grand Prix. So that's a bit unfortunate for the Silver driver. The rain does end up, could end up bringing in a big massive skill difference between a lot of drivers, and those who can necessarily be great in the dry could end up being terrible in the wet, unfortunately. But now we're going on to lap 10 with Onsu. It looks like ARL has actually managed to create a gap to Fake Scouser now. And can ARL actually close that gap to King James? It's 4 seconds the gap now. 12.7 seconds to Onsu, so that's about 17 seconds roughly between ARL and Onsu. So it's a bit of a wild one. Johnny Damon is into the pit lane. Yellow flag in sector 1. I think that was just Elliott getting out of the way for the rest of the J. Lewis and Bucko. Chuck Norris, is he going to manage to get out in front? No, he doesn't. So Johnny Damon managed to get out just ahead. Hopefully the tyres will fare him quite well. It's the closest battle on track right now, but Chuck Norris is actually winding it past him there, down the straight. It's actually got greater straight line speed than Johnny Damon, which was a bit unexpected, to be honest. Lewis getting another 3-second time penalty. Ooh, Chuck Norris going out wide and lets Johnny Damon past. A bit unusual. But we're going to move further up right now. We'll see Nike, who's close behind Fake Scouser and School. Nike, who's just behind Fake Scouser, and then we've got Scofie just behind Nike. Yellow flag in sector 2. That's actually a blue flag. So let's see, is Scofie going to be able to get up into 5th place here? Doesn't look like he's got the pace. He's not able to close that gap enough. He's just going to have to be a bit patient. Lewis is into the pits now, getting a fresh set of intermediate tyres on. Yellow flag in sector 3. Elliott is retired. That's a bit unfortunate there for Elliott. It's just not been their race, unfortunately. We just seen Chuck Norris getting a 3-second time penalty. In fact, since they've been ramping up, let's see. Angry Davey's got 3-second time penalty. We've got Lewis on 6. And we've got Chuck Norris, Jay, and Fake Scouser all on 3 seconds worth of time penalties. Now, let's see who has made a stop. So, we've seen Angry Davey, Dirty Taffy, Lewis, and Johnny Damon are all the drivers who have made a pit stop as things stand. Got this battle here between Fake Scouser, Nike, and Scofie, but it looks like Scofie's actually dropping back a bit. Now could be a good time to jump into the pits. We've got a 16-second under green flag conditions, and it looks like Fake Scouser and Nike are jumping into the pit lane. Same with Onsu as well, actually. And Onsu's already came out ahead of ARL, who has still yet to pit. This is incredible, folks. Onsu has done an amazing race up to now. Let's see, King James coming out in 4th. Yellow flag in sector 3. Oh. Chuck Norris there trying to get into the pit lane. Must have just turned that a little bit too much and got on the grass. It's a bit unfortunate because, well, when you're on the grass, you cannot turn. Oh, and he's retired from the session. That's a bit unfortunate, Chuck. They unfortunately broke their wing when they were coming into the pit lane, it seems. So we'll keep position changes up right now. Buckle's up 6 positions. I don't think he's pit yet. Let's see, nope, Buckle has not pit yet. Elliot saying the silver was awful in the rain. Was it just the setup that you had on? Not the best, I'm guessing. I've had that myself, unfortunately. Put on the wrong setup, and things just go all to hell. Fake Scouser getting up past Buckle here, going into the final chicane, and it looks like he's hopping off into the pits. Does Buckle 3-second time penalty for Jay. So now we've got Nike and Fake Scouser back next to each other again. Oh, Kaelin, if you'll be able to join back in, if you've got an invite, you could, you'll be able to join back in. But the car is off as understeer even with higher wings than oversteer. What? How does that make sense? Were you just turning the wheel too much, or how? That I'm confused about. How could you end up with more understeer with more downforce? Oh! Johnny Damon. Oof. That was a close one. He had to make sure he was out the way of Lewis and Jay there. Bumps into the wall at pull-on. Yeah, just seeing the car's just awful. Yeah, it's a bit unfortunate. Hopefully next race will be better for you, Elliot. Just make sure you get practicing for... I'm unsure what the next track is, actually. I need to check that up. Actually, I realised it was Spa just earlier on today. But let's see Jay and Lewis right now. These two battling out. They've been battling out the whole race, not working together at all. It's been... but then why should they? They're different teams, so therefore it doesn't really matter. Let's see Johnny Damon into the pit lane now, getting a... Oh, unfortunately retiring. But yeah, Callan, if you could get an invite, you could join back, and well, if you join back right now, you could end up getting some points even. So yeah, we'll see. Jay now coming down the Kemmel straight up the back of Lewis. Let's see, going into Lacombe. Oh, and Jay had to avoid that there. He couldn't actually go for that move, unfortunately. We'll move up a little bit to Nike and Fake Scouser right now. The imposter of Scouse. Let's see how he's going to be able to fare defending against the Haas of Nike. Both Ferrari powered engines. We'll see which one is going to come out on top. Is it going to be Haas or is it going to be the Ferrari? We'll soon see. Angry Davey and Dirty Taffy just passing Johnny Damon, who's in the pits. I know the tracks, I did the wheel for them. I may not be racing many as I normally do, Stewarding. Alright, okay. No worries, Elliot. Well, looking forward to seeing you back again next time you do choose to do some racing. But right now, we're on with Nike right now, 7/10 behind Fake Scouser. And yeah, the one who's had the least amount of coverage this stream here tonight on Sue, 23.8 seconds ahead of King James. That is absolutely astounding. Yeah, it looks like Onsu has pretty much got it in the bag. But we'll sit with Nike and Fake Scouser right now. Is anything going to happen coming up? Oh, who was that? That was a Williams. Was that Angry Davey? Angry Davey is off. And have we got a safety car? No, it's just a yellow flag. Was that a collision between Dirty Taffy and... Oh! Dirty Taffy been almost bending it into the wall there, unfortunately, and yeah, you won't get grip on the off the track because yeah, unfortunately, the dry line is there. You got under the dry line, Dirty Taffy. That's a bit unfortunate there. So Dirty Taffy spinning out there, coming out of Paul Fieri. Oh, Jay getting a little bit shaky there. Shaking that ass going through turn 19 there. And we've got a VSC. Oh, could be a full safety car. Come on, upgrade, 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 upgrade. Come on, put Onsu under pressure. Nah, damn it. Oh well. Looks like it's a VSC, so if anyone's going to be coming into the pits, now is a good time to do it. Got Angry Davey and Dirty Taffy jumping in, so but fortunate for them. So we'll have a quick rundown on Sue's 30 seconds in the lead over King James, and we've got both the Ferraris of ARL and Fake Scouser, Nike, Scofie, and then we've got Jay and Lewis, who have both been battling it out all evening. Bucko in 9th. Kaelin unfortunately disconnected. He can get back in, I think. I'm unsure. Hopefully he can. It would be nice to see him back. Then we've got Angry Davey and Dirty Taffy, who've been battling out at the back of the grid. We're on the lap 16 now of this Grand Prix. A couple of them are unfortunately a lap down, so ARL wants to be careful of doing that, especially in the rain. Oh, Dirty Taffy, that is bad. He's a lap down, 20 seconds behind, and you just give him a penalty for. Oh, that's bad. I'm sorry, Dirty Taffy. That's a bit unfortunate, I will say. But no, could we end up seeing ARL in that Ferrari finally got up onto the second step of the podium? He has got a penalty right now, so he's going to have to try and get at least, I think it's 3 seconds ahead. We'll have a quick look. Yep, so he's unfortunately got a 3-second time penalty, so he's going to have to be careful of that. It looks like Fake Scouser could end up moving down a position as well, or 2 positions actually. Did Dirty Taffy just retire on track? Yeah, he did. That's not right. But let's see now, the gaps are getting closer and closer now. Got Nike and Scofie both free of any penalties right now, and could be looking at moving up a space or 2. Let's see if that is going to be the case. ARL 2/10 off of King James, who is going to be able to come out on as the victor. He's going to have to end up gaining, pulling away by a second per lap at least if he overtakes here at the final chicane, or hope that King James ends up getting a penalty in order for ARL to keep that and get a great start to the season for Ferrari. Oh, is ARL going for it here? Nope, he did have a peak, but wasn't close enough. Nike has now managed to get past Fake Scouser, and now all he has to do is try and close that gap by just over a second, and he could take a podium position here. Let's see, has Nike got what it takes to take that podium position here? So 3 seconds is the penalty gap. Jay's just got another penalty, unfortunately, so that's him up to 9 seconds worth. Lewis, if he closes by a couple of tenths, can end up stealing that 7th place away. Whether that be the case in the future or not, we'll soon see. ARL's been kind of held up by King James, unfortunately. King James has been excellent at defending, but can that all change? Is he going to be able to get that around the outside of Blanchimont here? He's going balls to the wall. He goes off the track. Can't make that overtake, as he did end up going off, and he does rightfully give the place back. That was just going a bit too for it there. Got a yellow flag in sector 3. That's for the Mercedes of Bucko, and putting a bit too much throttle on it. Yep, that's what you want to do. Short shift it, get it back going steadily. Don't want to just rush up to 100 mile an hour right away, as that will end up just frying the tyres and wheel spinning. And am I seeing thunderstorms? Or is it just rain? Because if it's thunderstorms, that'd be actually quite cool for a change in Formula 1. Now, let's see, we're on the lap 19. Oh, jeezy peeps. ARL getting a little bit sketchy there, going around Dravage, but there was the AI car of Kalen. So that was a bit of an odd one there. That could have been quite close. We'll see how it looks like Nike's managed to get within that 3-second window. Can he steal this podium away from ARL? It's going to be a tough one, but King James is Nike's biggest ally right now at holding ARL up and not allowing them past. 2.4 seconds the gap between them now. He's got some clean air. He could just book it now. ARL trying up the inside this time at Blanchimont. It never worked out on the outside the previous time, and oh, he actually went right across there, and it looks like King James has thrown it up the inside there, forces ARL to go wide. Is he going to get a switch back there? No, ARL managing to get that nicely there. We'll keep an eye on the gap between ARL and Nike as things unfold. Scofie and Fake Scouser are battling out here. Now it looks like Scofie has managed to move up into 5th place, so one Ferrari wins, another loses there. It's a bit unfortunate for Fake Scouser there, after doing so well at the start of this, in the first half of this Grand Prix. We're on lap 20 out of 22. Oh, King James. He's got a couple. He's got must have had a warning in hand. I seen that there. That is, I would say that is not grounds for an overtake there. I would arguably say that that should be ARL's position, and oh, that was a bit unfair there from King James there, not giving ARL enough space, and the ARL actually had to take avoidant action there, and actually ends up off the track. So this battle is helping Nike out quite a bit here. He's currently sitting in 4th, and looks like he's going to end up getting that position. Buckle getting another 3-second time penalty, unfortunately. It adds up to 9 seconds now. So we'll keep an eye on this battle here for 3rd place. It's quite unusual, but we'll see. Scofie, oh, Fake Scouser, never noticed, managed to get past. Fake Scouser got past Scofie, sorry. Oh, that noise is dead man nothing. Let's see how Nike is going to fare up against ARL now. Are we going on to the final lap? Nope, we're on to the penultimate lap. Now, there we go. So we're on lap 21 out of 22 now. Only one lap after this to go. Got a yellow flag in sector 2. Who's that for? That was for Angry Davey, who is definitely driving angrily. It's only got one more lap to go, so not long left in this race. Onsu just coming around to pull on. We've got ARL and King James going to be going side by side now. Oh, getting a little bit out of shape there. Was ARL and King James managing to do some nice defending. What is happening with ARL's car? That is unusual. I've never seen something like that, and that's ended up affecting Fake Scouser, who's had to take a void in action, and it's just holding up. And now Scofie's going to get past both Ferraris, going down the inside into Poulon. Is there going to be collision? Nope, there's not. ARL is fighting that car with his life right now. Going into Fania, he's going to have the inside line, but Scofie has got the better traction, it seems. He's keeping that car nice and steady, but he's also having to be cautious as ARL is slipping and sliding and going all over the place. I think, are these tyres going out? Oh, bit of an oversteer there, and ends up going off the track and loses a couple of places. Jay can have a chance to get back here and catch up in the last lap, but we'll have to end up gaining the next few seconds. Fake Skills are going for a move on Scofie. It's not going to really matter in the end since Scofie has not got a penalty. Fake Scouser has 6 seconds worth of penalties, unfortunately. So, going to be a bit of an issue there. Onsu's just coming around Ravage now. Turn 8, that is. So, yeah, that's going to be... He's miles ahead now. 35 seconds in the lead right now. He's kept it nice, calm and collective, and has basically went on autopilot. Fake Scouser though, coming up past Scofie for that 4th position, which isn't going to matter in the end since Scofie hasn't got a penalty and Fake Scouser has got 6 seconds worth of penalties. We've got a yellow flag, and that's for Angry Davey. Just letting Onsu past. I think that's just so he could end the race a bit quicker, so he doesn't have to end up going around against Scofie. So is battling it out with Fake Scouser for this 4th position, but will eventually end up getting the 4th place if he just keeps it nice and steady and keeps it within 6 seconds of the car ahead. We'll be able to get that no bother. Nike going to be able to get this 2nd place? He's been fighting and hunting for this the whole time. And Onsu, well, he's already came across the line to finish the Grand Prix. Let's see how Nike is going to do it. Who's going to be coming across the line in 2nd place? Is it going to be King James or is it going to be Nike? They're coming up to Blanchimont. They've got 2 more corners to go after this. And it looks like it's going to be Nike who's finishing in 3rd, and King James is going to be the one in 2nd. There we'll have it. King James comes across in 2nd, Nike in 3rd, 4th for Fake Scouser, which will end up transitioning down into 5th since Scofie didn't have a penalty. ARL coming across the line in 6th. And then we've got Jay and Lewis who will finish 7th and 8th. Jay doing whatever he can to try and wreck that car at the end. Let's see. Lewis is aiming for him. He's going to go. Yes, he does hit him. Brilliant. Let's see if there's going to be a bigger collision with Buckle. No, it doesn't look like it. Lewis and Jay have both got on, and they two will be giggled. Oh, Nike. Nice run out there. You got 3rd place there, so nicely done. Almost got that 2nd there, but yeah, unfortunately at the end just couldn't get it. But nicely done, Nike. And there we have it, folks. That is the end of round 1 in season 6. So what an opening round that was. It was a bit of a bit surprising, to be honest, with the rain. But yeah, let's see the podium. So we've got Onsu coming out. Happy as Larry. King James 2nd, Nike in 3rd. Nicely done to all 3 of them on getting that podium. And Onsu putting in the fastest lap at 152.554. So nicely done to Onsu. King James in 2nd and Nike in 3rd. Scofie done quite well in 4th place. Fake Scouser in 5th. ARL just a bit lucky unlucky there at the last few laps there, ended up falling down into 6th. Jay in 7th, 8th for Lewis, 9th for Buckle. Callan didn't even pit, but did end up a lap down. Angry Davey ended up a couple of laps down, unfortunately. Then we had Dirty Taffy, Johnny Damon, Chuck Norris and Elliot all did not finish the Grand Prix. So it's a bit unfortunate for them folks. But let's see what is going to be up next Saturday. Let's see what is going to be the track. I'm just getting into the Discord now. So here we go, race calendar. It's going to be, Austria at the Red Bull Ring for round 2. So, same time again next week, folks, for Austria. And that's most likely going to be the same format. So that'll be so yeah, nice one there for them guys. Let's have a look. Anything nice from the chat? Yep, so absolutely smashing from them. So next week we'll be at Austria, so tune back in for that. If you're enjoying the content, leave a like, subscribe if you want to see more. If you enjoyed the video tonight, leave a like, let your friends know. And somehow these guys are still glitched into the rest of the thing. Bit weirded out by that, but it's all good. But yeah, so until next time, if you enjoyed it, leave a like, share, subscribe, whatever tickles your peach, guys. Until next time, from me, it's peace out.